Why are these disturbing unsolved Wild West mysteries remains unanswered? How would an unsolved mystery that dated over 100 years make you feel? Brace yourselves as we open the cold cases and mysteries of the Wild West that are yet to be solved. Let's go and try to crack the codes. We're starting with the brutal and melancholic death of the notorious gunslinger and outlaw, Johnny Ringo. What this man and his death had in common is that they're both mysterious. Ringo's lifeless body was discovered under an oak tree. His body was in bad shape. His clothes were torn. One of his shoes was missing, and a bullet hole was seen on his head. A piece of possible evidence was found on his right, a Colt 45 with one used shell. With that, his death was ruled as suicide. However, another injury was seen on Ringo's body. His head was halfway scalped. Speculation occurred and several accounts theorized that Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday were Ringo's murderers. Let's go ahead and talk about the bizarre death of the vicious female outlaw, Belle Starr. She was infamously known as an outlaw who has a fancy sense of style. She has teamed up with different gangs and has committed murder and thievery. But you won't believe how brutal her death was. She was shot over 60 times, and bullets were found on her back, neck, and face. The chilling thing was, her killer remains unknown. Different men who had an affiliation with Belle, including her son, were speculated to be her murderer. With the evidence being scarce, her murderer is a mystery up to this day. Have you heard of the hotel that eats its guests? The Lambert's Inn, presently known as St. James Hotel, doesn't really eat its guests. The question above alludes to the famous expression, "It appears Lambert had himself another man for breakfast," from 100 years ago. The hotel was a place of sheer violence committed by patrons such as different legendary outlaws and lawmen. It was reported that 26 men were killed and shot inside the hotel. Now that it was modernized, ghost sightings were experienced in the hotel. Guests would smell lit cigars, and the room was inaccessible because it was believed that the spirit of the murdered Thomas James Wright continues to disturb that place. Of course, we can't forget to include 1897 Aurora, Texas UFO crash. A newspaper article written by S.E. Hayden of the Dallas Morning News revealed that the UFO crashed after hitting a windmill. The bizarre part was that the pilot didn't survive and wasn't a creature from Earth. Hence, he was believed to be an alien. The dead alien was named Ned, buried, and given a proper Christian burial. However, historians claimed this news to be fake and were used to revive the ill-stricken land of Aurora. Additionally, visitors were given metal scraps to serve as evidence of the crash. Who can forget the legendary Thunderbird? This gigantic bird has disturbed the minds of the citizens of Arizona and California back in the 1800s. There were claims before that citizens have dug up humongous feathers that belong to a beast. The feathers were estimated to be 18 inches long. The question is, does this creature really exist? This remains unanswered since ornithologists who examine the feathers cannot identify its species. If you want to know more about the incredible stories of the Wild West, click the following links for more amazing videos.